So I, for one, am excited for Concord's release when it drops later this month. As I know that can't be said for most people online, I am happy to get more content or information on the game before it drops here on the 27th. Now, if we take a look over at the PlayStation YouTube channel, we can see the team over at Firewalk Studios has been giving us a slow drip of animated shorts to settle us up until the game's release. Today, I wanted to go over those animated shorts and give my thoughts and opinions on what has been presented to us so far. If you're new here to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's get into what I think are some interesting animated shorts setting up the Concord universe. So taking a look at the shorts here on YouTube, we can see that they are titled Freegunner's Adventures. We can assume that Firewalk will drop a couple more of these before the game's release, with 2 being uploaded onto PlayStation's YouTube channel as of August 6th. Now, going over the first animated short here, which is subtitled Crew First, sees Teo, Jabali, and Itzy on the planet Gloom retrieving a memory module from some robot ruins when they are suddenly confronted by a rival crew. Now, throughout the video, we get a feel for each character's personality, with Itzy being the non-serious, sort of playful type, Teo being the more serious, on the job kind of guy, and we didn't get to see really much from Jabali other than him just being a helpful healer and support character throughout the ambush there. I will say that I did like the environments that were being shown. It's like they were fighting next to a giant, what looked to be like a giant desolated robot hand, which I think could be it's like a cool, interesting in-game setting. Who knows? Maybe they might make that into a map someday soon. I also did really like how this short, in a sense, was made to be able to highlight the character's abilities. We got to see Teo using his smoke bomb ability, Itzy using her teleportation, and Jabali using his healing powers, as well there. And now the whole theme of the animation there at the end was to highlight the Freegunner's code, which is, never leaving a crew member behind regardless of the job circumstance. I think it's looking cool. It's looking fun. I mean, I like what they're doing with the world here and what they're establishing. And I will say that I like the heroes' interactions with each other and kind of how their personalities, bounce off of one another. I will say that I would like to see some of the Freegunners who maybe don't care so much about teamwork and maybe aren't on the good end of the, karma spectrum there. It would be interesting to see the dynamic of Freegunners who don't necessarily get along and whose don't align so much with each other. I think that's also an interesting dynamic that they can, try to push forward, given, that there is such a big roster and a big variety of characters there. But overall, I think that they're doing a great job with these shorts in order to establish the characters and build the lore for the universe that they're, trying to create here. The animation itself, is fun to look at. It's different from what we're getting from the in-game cinematics, but it's kind of samey enough to where I feel like it almost does fit the universe as well as the realistic in-game cinematics. So, like I said, I definitely like what they're trying to build and create here. Now, taking a look at the second Freegunner's Adventures short that got released, subtitled Scrapper's Justice, and this sees Amari, Baz, and Val coming back from a job delivering a titanium water valve to someone known only as the Salt Lord, which I don't know who this guy is, but he sounds kind of cool. Maybe a future character reveal, who knows. But things turn a bit sour when attempting to enter the building, as Amari gets stopped by the guards who won't let her in because she's a scrapper. But obviously the rest of the crew aren't going to go for that, and a fight ensues. I can say that this short was definitely a lot more interesting than the first one. I felt that the first one was a little more slapstick and kind of on the campy side, and this one definitely had a lot more serious undertones to it. Amari gets taunted by the guards for being a scrapper, and instead of, ending their lives, she explains that her people aren't peasants, and that they have honor, and it's with that honor that she decides decides to, go ahead and spare the guard there and not, send him off to his fate. Now, see, look, this is the type of lore and character background that I feel like we need to establish and see for all the characters. I mean, it gives purpose, it gives meaning to the character, a sense of knowing which direction the character is going for there. I don't need to see all the time how well the characters get along with each other. That can get a little tedious and repetitive after a while. I need to see why they're fighting and what they're fighting for. That's just as important. And I think that this short moreover did a good job at establishing some type of background knowledge that I now have for this character. Now when the game releases on the 27th, I have a reason, a genuine interest to look at Amari, to look at some of these characters and go, all right, I think I will give this character a try, maybe fit it into my roster. As for Baz and Val, it more or less was just some small dialogue and showing off, the character's abilities, which was cool and fun to see, but I think the highlight of the short was definitely Amari's part and showing off her personality and, skills there. Now, I personally think that if they focus just on singular characters when it comes to these animated shorts, I think that they're gonna hit gold with that. For me, I think it's more interesting when they focus on these individual Freegunner instead of the team of Freegunners. I think it's more interesting and engaging for the viewer to get, like I said, more of a background knowledge and a personality analysis on the character. I think that finding out more about one particular character at a time gives more room to establishing background and gives the viewer more of a reason to want to be that character among many of the other characters within the roster. But overall, I thought this short was great as well. Like I said, I like this one better than the first one, and I'm excited to see more on the way here. But look, overall, I think these videos are fun. I'm happy to get any type of lore and more looks at the in-game universe before the game drops. And I think if they stay consistent in dropping these lore videos like this from time to time, plus the in-game cinematics that are promised to us, each week there, it'll give us more reason and more incentive for the fans to want to try out multiple characters and discuss the background of some of our favorite characters. Like I said, the only thing, piece of advice I can give Firewalk is just focus on the individual characters themselves and not, a group of Freegunners. Flesh out that background. Give us a interesting, reason of why, we want to be that character. But let me know what you guys think about these animated shorts we've been getting kind of drip fed here throughout the pre-release. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.